Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to cut through the noise and really get straight to the insights that matter. It really feels like the world is just on fast forward these days. We're
Absolutely.
talking massive shifts. AI, the push towards clean energy, electric vehicles, healthcare demands changing all the time. And then there's the digital backbone, right?
Yeah.
Data centers powering everything.
She's a lot.
It's exciting, yeah, full of potential. But I have to say, it can also feel a bit overwhelming.
It definitely can. I mean, the pace of innovation is just staggering. It's reshaping whole industries almost while we watch. But what's really striking, I think, is this paradox.
Yeah.
Despite all this incredible progress, all this transformation, businesses globally, they're struggling. They can't fill millions of really crucial roles.
Mhm.
There's this huge gap, a profound disconnect, really, between the skills people have and the skills employers are, well, desperately seeking. It's a major hurdle for economic growth.
That skills gap.
Yeah.
It does feel almost paradoxical, like you said, in a world that's so connected, so much information out there. What fundamentally went wrong? Why did the traditional, school-to-job pipeline break down so badly?
That's a really good question. Historically, education and industry, they often operated more in parallel, maybe not in direct, constant collaboration.
Yeah, different tracks.
Exactly. And the traditional models, frankly, they've been too slow. Too slow to adapt to how fast technology is changing. Think about it. Curricula can take years, literally years, to update.
Yeah.
While industries, they're reinventing themselves in months sometimes.
Plus, training has often been fragmented, disconnected from what employers really need on day one, often too theoretical.
Not hands-on enough.
Precisely. So you ended up with people learning things, sure, but not necessarily learning what was needed for, immediate employment in these fast-changing fields.
So it wasn't just about finding people willing to learn, it was more systemic, how we were preparing people, or maybe not preparing them, for this future of work.
And that's exactly what we're diving into today. Our mission here is to explore a really groundbreaking new initiative, something designed to tackle this challenge head on. It's all about connecting education directly to global employment.
A direct line.
Yeah, exactly. We're talking about a platform launching, today, September 15th, 2025. And it's aiming to completely transform how people get in-demand skills and, maybe most importantly, how they secure their future income. We are deep diving into the launch of XR Library Premium by EON Reality, XR meaning extended reality.
It's definitely a significant development. I mean, look, the global economy is undeniably going through massive disruption. We see it everywhere. Artificial intelligence advancing incredibly fast, the clean energy imperative, you can't ignore it. Industry 4.0, the whole automation, data exchange thing, the massive shift to electric vehicles,
Huge.
healthcare innovation constantly moving, and like you said, the critical digital infrastructure, data centers needing to expand. All these forces are fundamentally reshaping how economies work, creating demands for totally new skill sets.
And like you pointed out earlier, this disruption isn't just about new tech popping up. It's about new jobs. And these critical gaps where millions of essential roles are just empty.
That's the core issue.
Can you give us a bit more detail? Where are these shortages really hitting hardest?
Sure. If you look at the data, it paints a pretty stark picture across several key sectors. Take the energy sector. It needs tens of thousands of trained technicians right now. For wind, solar, battery storage, these are expanding incredibly fast.
And without those people?
Well, the clean energy transition slows down. Simple as that. Then you look at EVs and electrification, huge demand for new skills, high voltage systems, charging infrastructure, battery assembly. These aren't your traditional mechanics anymore.
Right. Much more specialized.
Highly specialized electrical systems knowledge. In healthcare, we're short on clinicians, surgeons, yes, but also, interestingly, empathetic communicators. That human element is still vital, maybe more than ever.
Interesting.
And data centers. You mentioned them, the absolute backbone of the digital economy. They literally cannot scale without a steady stream of skilled technicians. Can't build them fast enough if you can't staff them.
Okay.
And beyond those specific sectors, you've got global demand just soaring for expertise in AI, cybersecurity, cloud computing, entrepreneurship too. It's across the board. The jobs are there. The skilled workforce often isn't.
Wow. It's clear that the sheer volume and the variety of this demand means those traditional training models we talked about, they just can't keep up.
No way.
Too slow, too fragmented, disconnected from what employers actually need, on the ground. So it raises the obvious question. If the old ways aren't working, what's the fix?
That's really the million-dollar question, isn't it? Or maybe trillion-dollar, given the economy. The promise of XR Library Premium is precisely that, to close this gap, to fundamentally reimagine that whole education to employment pipeline. It's designed to enable anyone, anywhere, to move sort of seamlessly from learning about new skills to actually acquiring those skills through hands-on practice,
Right.
to then securing jobs that need those exact skills, and ultimately to generating income. It's meant to be a complete integrated pathway, shifting education from maybe an abstract thing to a direct investment in your economic future.
That is a powerful way to frame it. Direct investment. So XR Library Premium, this transformative solution, what's it actually built on? What's under the hood that makes it different?
Well, at its core, it combines two key things: immersive spatial AI training.
Okay, spatial AI.
Yeah, and expertly designed, job-aligned course pathways. It's not just about having content, it's about the experience of learning, making it really engaging and much more effective.
Okay, immersive spatial AI training.
Yeah.
That sounds advanced. Can you give us a quick sense of what that actually feels like for someone learning? My mind immediately goes to, like, super smart VR. Is that close?
That's a great way to think about it, yeah. Imagine learning inside a responsive, intelligent virtual world. The spatial AI, it acts like a personalized coach almost. It watches what you do, gives you real-time feedback, adapts the scenario based on your progress. So let's say you're practicing a critical safety procedure, maybe in that energy sector example.
Yeah, work flash response.
Exactly. The AI understands your movements. It can tell you if you're about to make a mistake or if you've missed a crucial step. It makes the practice incredibly effective, but also totally safe.
Ah, the safety aspect is key.
Absolutely. It's like having a mentor looking over your shoulder in the real world, but without any of the real world risks or the high costs of, say, shutting down equipment for training. It really democratizes access to specialized, sometimes dangerous or expensive practical experience.
A virtual mentor, that makes sense. So it's adaptive, personalized, not one size fits all. Now, I understand the platform offers two main pathways for learners. Can you walk us through the first one?
Sure. The first pathway is called segment-based learning, and it's really anchored in specific industries. What makes it effective, I think, is how meticulously they've mapped out each industry vertical.
Mapped out how?
Well, for each key industry, energy, healthcare, EVs, etc., they've identified the top 100 most job-relevant courses. And that list is prioritized based on actual employer demand data, critical safety needs, and the big technological shifts happening right now in that sector.
Top 100.
And then for even faster impact, faster job placement, they really emphasize the top 20 courses within each segment. Those are the ones deemed most urgent.
That focus, the top 100, top 20, it sounds incredibly efficient. But you mentioned how fast things change. How do they make sure those lists stay current? It can't just be a static list published once, right?
See, that's a crucial point. And no, it's not static. The platform is designed to leverage ongoing data. We're talking feedback from employers, industry reports, real-time job market analytics. It uses all that to continually update and refine those course lists.
So it's dynamic.
It's meant to be a living curriculum, yeah. Always aligning the skills being taught with the most current industry needs. And to give you a feel for how practical these are in the energy sector, you'd find courses like that arc flash response we mentioned, safely reacting to dangerous electrical events.
Vital stuff.
Absolutely vital. Or wind turbine gearbox service, or battery storage thermal runaway response. That's about fire safety and those big battery installs. Very hands-on, high-stakes scenarios you can practice safely.
Yeah, those are definitely a world away from just reading a textbook.
Totally. For EV and electrification, think high voltage electrical safety, battery pack assembly, charging station installation. Very specific, very needed. In healthcare, it can be something like robotic assisted surgery practice, or ICU family communication, or telehealth coordination.
Okay, hang on. ICU family communication.
Yeah.
That's a brilliant example. That's a skill that often gets overlooked in technical training, but it's absolutely critical in those high-stress moments. It's not just the procedure, it's the human side.
Precisely. And to be able to formalize training for that using immersive tech. It's smart, it's humane, and honestly, it probably saves lives by cutting down miscommunication when stakes are highest. It shows a real understanding that these jobs involve complex human interaction, not just technical tasks.
That's a fantastic point.
And then, data centers, so critical courses like server rack installation and cabling, UPS failure drills, cooling system emergency response. For first responders, things like verbal de-escalation, crisis intervention training, or crucial safety stuff like firefighter Mayday procedures. It's all about preparing people for real-world situations, letting them practice repeatedly in a safe space.
This also brings up another interesting point, the types of skills. It's not just technical know-how, is it? We're talking both hard skills and soft skills here. It's easy to focus only on the technical stuff, the hard skills, when we talk innovation. Are these pathways also addressing the soft skills that, employers are always saying are missing?
Yes, and that dual approach is absolutely essential. You nailed it. Hard skills, that's the technical, hands-on stuff. Operating a key crane in a port, maybe? Performing digital twin engine maintenance in aerospace?
Yeah.
These are about operational competence, doing the job correctly.
Right.
But equally important, sometimes more important, are the soft skills. Leadership, communication, empathy, problem solving under pressure. So you see courses like Foreman Leadership for Construction. How do you manage a team safely and effectively on a complex site? Or Bridge Resource Management for maritime crews making critical decisions together when things get tough. This mix ensures you get not just operational excellence, but also those human-centered capabilities. Employers value that combination hugely across all sectors.
Okay.
A technician might know how to fix the turbine, sure, but can they communicate clearly with the team lead? Can they manage a stressful situation? That's key.
Okay, so that's the segment-based learning drilling down into specific industry needs, both hard and soft skills.
Right.
What about the second pathway, hot and in-demand courses? Sounds broader, maybe for career changers or entrepreneurs.
You're exactly right. This pathway is designed for skills that are universally in demand. Across the fastest growing global career fields, it's really empowering, I think, for people looking to switch careers, or maybe professionals who just want to upskill, stay relevant in their current field. And yes, definitely for aspiring entrepreneurs looking to build, immediate income streams.
So what kind of skills fall into this global hot list? Can you give us some examples?
Yeah, there are several key categories here. First, obviously, high-demand technical skills. Think cybersecurity professional development. The source material points out a staggering 3.5 million unfilled cybersecurity jobs worldwide.
3.5 million, wow.
Yeah, it underscores the urgency. Then there's AI and machine learning essentials, kind of a gateway to that massive $15.7 trillion projected AI economy. Foundational knowledge there is becoming crucial.
Right.
And cloud computing and DevSecOps, mastery of platforms like AWS, Azure, Kubernetes, these skills can directly lead to roles paying, $75,000, $220,000, or even more.
Okay, quick clarification there for listeners maybe less familiar. DevSecOps. What does that really involve? And something like Kubernetes, why is that specific skill so valuable right now? The salaries definitely catch your attention.
Good question. So DevSecOps basically is about building security into the software development process from the very beginning, not just tacking it on at the end like an afterthought. It integrates development, security, and operations, makes digital stuff inherently safer.
Got it. Security baked in.
Exactly. And Kubernetes. In simple terms, it's an open source system for automating how you deploy, scale, and manage applications that run in containers. Think of containers like lightweight packages for software, especially across lots of servers, like in the cloud. It's critical for businesses that need to scale their digital services efficiently and reliably. It's pretty much the standard now for managing large-scale applications in the cloud.
Makes sense. Efficiency and security key drivers. Okay, so those are some serious tech skills driving the digital economy. But it's not all just pure tech, is it? Those soft skills we talked about must be vital here too.
Oh, absolutely essential. The next big category is soft skills and leadership. Things like leadership and management excellence. This is actually identified as the #1 skill gap employers see globally.
Number one. Still.
Still, highlights the enduring need for people who can guide teams effectively. Then you have courses on communication and presentation mastery, project management and team collaboration. These are truly universal. They drive career progression no matter what field you're in. A great technical idea is useless if you can't communicate it or work with a team to make it happen.
True. Very true. And what about folks looking to, strike out on their own, build something new, maybe generate income outside of traditional 9 to 5?
Yep, there's a dedicated category for entrepreneurship and income generation. This includes courses like freelancing and gig economy success, practical skills for creating immediate income streams. Also, e-commerce and online business development, which taps into that enormous, $6 trillion plus global market.
6 trillion?
Yeah. And digital content creation and monetization. That's part of the booming $500 billion creator economy. Plus, there's global and cultural adaptation.
Increasingly important, right, for remote global teams, international business. It's about being ready for a truly connected, globalized way of working.
It definitely sounds comprehensive. A really multifaceted approach. Okay, let's try and bring it all together then. What does the before and after picture look like with this XR library premium transformation? How big a shift are we talking about in, say, learning effectiveness and actually getting people into jobs?
The contrast is pretty dramatic, actually, and it really gets to the heart of why this kind of initiative feels so necessary right now, before something like this.
Well, training was often fragmented, like we said, slow, and critically disconnected from what employers actually needed now. Learners often had no clear line of sight. How does this course get me that job? And the skills they learned. Often theoretical, not really validated under pressure or in realistic conditions. The result: onboarding new hires could take months, sometimes even years in complex roles, which cost companies a fortune in time and resources.
That data center example you mentioned earlier, cutting onboarding from 6 months down to just 6 weeks, that is a massive efficiency gain. What were the biggest roadblocks traditionally making that process so long? And how exactly does the XR approach dismantle them?
Yeah, that's a powerful example. The roadblocks were usually twofold. One, the sheer complexity of the systems, server racks, cooling, power distribution it takes time to learn safely. Two, the high-risk environment.
Right, don't want trainees breaking expensive stuff.
Exactly. Or causing an outage. A single mistake in a live data center can be incredibly costly. Equipment damage, data loss, huge consequences. So traditional training involved a lot of shadowing, long apprenticeships, very careful, limited hands-on practice in the actual environment.
Makes sense, but slow.
It's very slow. XR dismantles that by providing a safe, repeatable, highly realistic virtual environment. Learners can practice complex procedures like those UPS failure drills or cooling system emergency response hundreds of times. They can make mistakes, get immediate AI feedback, learn from them instantly, all with zero real-world risk.
So they build confidence and competence much faster.
Precisely. That intensive, risk-free practice builds muscle memory, sharpens decision-making skills way faster than just watching someone or reading a manual. It moves people from novice to proficient in a fraction of the time.
That really clarifies the how. So the overall benefit for employers seems crystal clear. They get a workforce that's genuinely job-ready, safer, up to speed faster, and ultimately way more productive, which is exactly what businesses need to compete today.
Absolutely.
This really does sound like it could set a new global standard.
I think it has the potential to. XR Library Premium, it's positioned as much more than just, another online course catalog. It's designed explicitly as a skills-to-income engine.
Skills-to-income engine, I like that.
Yeah. By integrating both that specific segment-based workforce training and those globally in-demand career skills, it really aims to establish a new benchmark, a new way education can directly power economies. Dan Lajerskar, the chairman of EON Reality, actually put it quite well. He said, XR Library Premium provides learners with the exact skills the global economy is demanding, whether you're entering energy, EVs, healthcare, or starting your own freelance business. And the key part: for the first time, immersive XR training is directly tied to jobs, certifications, and income. That direct link is the game changer.
And there you have it. This deep dive into XR Library Premium, it really highlights how leveraging these new technologies, spatial AI, extended reality, can potentially create these direct, much more efficient pathways. Pathways from learning something new to actually getting a job and earning an income in this incredibly fast-moving global economy. It feels like a compelling response to that skills gap we started with.
It absolutely does. And for you, the listener, what this really means is potentially a concrete, maybe even an accelerated path to getting skills that are highly sought after. Whether you're thinking about upskilling where you are now, exploring a completely different career, or maybe even building your own business, platforms like this aim to offer a tangible route forward, a route with direct employment, direct income generation right at the center.
So as you go about your day, maybe chew on this. How might this fundamental shift, prioritizing immersive job-aligned training, how might that redefine what we even mean by the value of education and career development in the years ahead? And maybe more personally, how might this change how you think about your next learning journey or your next career move? Definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.